So if you are looking at these two equations, you can see maybe that they're called multi-step equations because there's a little bit more you got to do before you can solve them. So if we take a look at equation 1, I'm actually going to draw a little wiggle and zigzag thing in between them so that I know that I'm going to work with this one separately than this one. So if you're taking a look at equation 1 right here, we have 8x plus 4x plus 10 equals 14. Thinking about what maybe you already know about algebra, does anyone know what we would do first, besides draw this little line down, what we would do first to solve this? Shay, go for it.
Would you combine like terms?
Perfect. This one right here, you would combine like terms first. Now here's the thing. I've been doing this long enough to know that sometimes combining like terms, it gets a little hairy. When you are combining like terms or when things are on the same side of the equal sign together, you do not do the opposite operation. That's only when you go from one side to the other of the equal sign. So I have 8x's plus 4x's. 8x's plus 4x's, that'd be like 8 apples plus 4 apples. I have a total of 12 apples or 12x. Just bring down the plus 10. Bring down the equal sign, bring down the 14. And now you're back to where we were yesterday. That don't call me after midnight. And actually, you could have even done the don't call me after midnight already, because distribute, and then this was combine like terms. That's what you would have had to do next. Do you need to move any variables? Because remember, this one means to move. We don't have any variables to move because we only have variables on one side. Do we have any addition or subtraction to do? Yep. We have addition or adding 10 going on here. So we are going to subtract 10 because you always do the opposite operation to move something from one side to the other. So then you bring down the 12x, bring down the equal sign. 14 minus 10 is 4. And then the m, the very last m is, do you have any multiplication or division to do to undo or to get your x by itself? And do we have any multiplication or division to do?
Yeah.
What do we need to do? Divide by
12.
12. Don't freak out. You're going to get a decimal. It's okay. So 12 divided by 12 is 1. So you have 1x equals 4 divided by 12. If you plug it in, you get 0.3 repeating, which is the same thing as 1/3. So if you have a fancy calculator that can turn them into fractions, that's what it does. That's what the answer is. So that's one type of new problem that you're going to be doing today. You may have to combine like terms. The second type of equation looks like this. And again, we have this nice little system like the please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, PEMDAS for order of operations. Now we have something for solving. Don't call me after midnight. So first thing for the D here, it stands for distribute. If you take a look at example 2, do we have any distributing that needs to happen? Yes. Red flag for distributing is going to be the parentheses. When you distribute, what operation do you use? Multiplication times that works as well. And I don't know about you, but I'm an arrow drawer. I have to draw the arrows. If you don't have to draw the arrows, that's fine. If I find that you're forgetting something that you're distributing to, I'm going to make you draw the arrows. So you distribute 4 times 2x. You multiply the 4 and the 2, and you get 8 and put the x on the end. 4 times 3 is 12. Bring down my equals, bring down the 32. And now, again, you're back to yesterday. So we're going to subtract 12. Oh, I think you get a decimal in this one too, don't you? 8x, you should. 32 minus 12 is 20. And then if you have 8x, you have to undo the multiplication by dividing. Divide both sides by 8. What's 20 divided by 8? What is that? 2.5. And then you're done. So there are two different types of equations that you're going to see today. You're going to have some that maybe you need to combine like terms. You're going to have some that maybe you need to distribute. What I want you to do on your own, I want you to try down here numbers 9, 10, and just for fun, number 12. Try those ones on your own. And we'll walk through them in a second, but this is kind of like your way to, let's see where we're at, and then we'll check them. For number 9, did you say you got 6? That's right.
Well, no, I'm thinking 10 and 12.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. So for number 9, I'm going to draw my line down first. And if I have the don't call me after midnight going on here or thinking about it, I don't have any distributing. I do have some terms that I can combine together. 11 minus 6 is a 5t minus 8 equals 22. I do not have any variables to move, so I can skip the m. I do have some addition that I can do, though. I have subtract 8, so I'm going to add 8. So I have 5t equals 22 plus 8 is 30. And then I have division to do. I'm going to divide by 5. And I get t equals 6. Any questions? How many of you had that right? Look at that. All the hands in the air. Love it. All right. Number 10. So for number 10, I'm going to draw my line here. I probably won't do this after next week just because I didn't learn it that way, but I know everybody else at the middle school does it. So I just don't draw a line there. I just keep stacking things up. So this one, I do have distributing that needs to happen. Now you need to be careful, like I said, because you do have a -4, and I am an arrow drawer. So -4 times 3p is a -12p. And then -4 times -2 is a +8 equals 2. Good so far? Good so far? Then I don't have any terms to combine. I don't have to move any variables. So now I'm on to add or subtract, and I have adding 8 going on here. So I'm going to subtract 8, bring down the -12p, bring down the equal sign. 2 minus 8 is -6. And then I have multiplication going on here. So to undo that, I need to divide. Those canceled, or at least they go to 1. They don't really cancel out. And then you get p equals -6 divided by -12 is a +0.5 or +1/2. How did we do? How many of you got that one right? Look at that with negatives and all. Good job. All right, number 12. Number 12 is a good challenge one for you. So for number 12, first of all, they flip-flop things around, so hopefully that didn't cause too many issues. So if we start here, don't call me after midnight. D stands for distribute. And if I look here, I do have some distributing that could happen. I'm going to bring down the 15, bring down the equal sign, and I'm going to distribute the -3. And it's negative, so that's another additional issue you could have. -3 times k is -3k. -3 times a -1 is a +3. And then bring down the +9. Who's still good? You still good? All right, here we go. Next one is C, combined like terms. We can do that on this one as well because we have a 3 and a 9. So now I have 15 equals. This -3k can't be combined with anything, so I'm just going to rewrite it. And then I have a +3 plus 9 is a +12. I do not have any variables to move. That will come next week, I believe. That's just when you have variables on both sides, which you should know what to do with that anyway. A stands for add or subtract. I have +12 or adding 12 here, so I'm going to subtract 12. Cancels on the right. 15 minus 12 is 3 equals -3k. And then I do have multiplication going on here. So to undo the multiplication, I need to divide. And when I do 3 divided by -3, I get a -1. How many of you had -1? Yeah, buddy. Good job. Good. You like did it really speedy.